Greetings. Today I'm breaking down the real cost of owning my 2015 Golf GTD Mark 7 over the last 10 years. I bought this car brand new in 2015 and today it's looking its age a little bit as it's been on a long drive and is a little bit grubby. In this video I'm going to show you every cost I've incurred. Servicing, tyres, brakes, fuel and other repair costs, such as the clutch and the ACC radar. I'm also going to look at the depreciation based on current prices from Auto Trader and We Buy Any Car as of November 2025. By the end, you'll know exactly what this GTD has cost per year, per mile, and whether it's been a bargain or a rip-off, or just about how much you thought it might have cost. I've decided not to include insurance as this can be quite subjective and depends on age, location, history, etc. So let's jump in and take the GTD for a drive while I run through how the last decade of ownership has gone. This car has been my daily for the last 10 years. School runs, motorway trips, commuting, the tip, pretty much everything really. And honestly, the Golf GTD has been one of the most reliable and enjoyable cars I've ever owned. But there has been a couple of maintenance surprises along the way. As I mentioned, I bought this GTD brand new in November 2015 and I paid around £25,000 for it after a bit of a discount. To get a realistic value of today in late 2025, I checked two places. Auto Trader for a private sale and dealer price, and We Buy Any Car for a trade price. On Auto Trader here we can see cars with around 80,000 miles currently advertised for between £9,600 for a private sale to £10,125 as a good price at a dealer. There's also some higher mileage examples here at approximately £10,000. We Buy Any Car offered me a measly £6,885 and I think that is way below the belt. What do you think? So let's take an average value using these three numbers and that gives us around £8,870. That means over 10 years this GTD has depreciated by £16,130 or £1,613 per year. So let's have a look at the routine servicing. I've followed the routine service schedule, albeit a bit of a sore point in the comments, as I had the Golf set up on a long life servicing schedule, which is every 2 years 20,000 miles. But don't panic, I'm now on every 10,000 miles or 1 year. So the servicing includes major services, aircon, re-gas, brake fluid, etc. And over 10 years, the total servicing has cost £1,230. Yes, servicing a Golf used to be much cheaper. So on to tyres. I've gone through 3 sets of front tyres and 2 sets of rear tyres. I tend to opt for Michelin, although the first set were Bridgestones, which I find don't last as long for my style of driving. My total tyre cost has been £854. Moving on to brakes. Somehow, I've managed to hang on to the original set of brakes until July 2024 and 76,000 miles when I replaced rear pads and discs. I still have the original fronts. The on-screen figure here is an estimate as the total cost was wrapped into sorting a left rear wheel speed sensor issue at the time, which you'll see come up in a minute. So front pads and discs, 0 so far, rear pads and discs, £300. Now the other maintenance items that have cropped up during these 10 years is the ACC sensor failed after a bird strike. That cost me about £154. In April 22 and at 67,000 miles I had a cam belt, water pump and glow plug replaced. £471. Then we've got the left rear wheel speed sensor which I mentioned earlier that was approximately £61. A new battery in August 25 was £118. Then we've got a clutch master cylinder replacement at £280. Then the clutch and dual mass flywheel needed replacing at around 80,000 miles, costing £1,132. That's my most recent repair. I've also had 8 MOTs totalling £419, and as some of you may know, this car burns a bit of oil, so I'm going to allow for top-up costs. So let's say £100 on top-up oil for this thirsty beast. So the total maintenance for this car over 10 years comes to £5,118. So let's just have a quick chat about reliability. Because in terms of reliability, the GTD has been solid. The only real drama has been around the clutch, which recently left me off the road for a few weeks each time. You can catch up on those videos relating to this if you haven't already seen them. This Kuna engine has been pretty good. No DPF issues, no turbo issues, and the fuel efficiency just seems to get better. Talking about fuel, I wasn't going to throw in fuel costs as I thought it would be difficult to know what diesel cost back in 2015 all the way through to 2025. But then I thought diesel prices, from memory, haven't really changed that much on average. A quick web search and I get an average diesel cost between November 2015 and November 2025 of £1.37 per litre, being approximately £6.20 per gallon. My long-term fuel economy has averaged around 50 miles per gallon. I did a couple of long-term readings a day apart and took an average. So that's roughly £9,920 in fuel over the 10 years, or £992 per year. Here's the full 10-year costs of running the Golf GTD. We've got depreciation at £16,130, maintenance and repairs £5,118, fuel £9,920, road tax an absolute bargain at £20 per year, £200. Grand total cost over 10 years £31,368, £3,137 per year. So that gives me a cost per mile over 80,000 miles of 39p per mile. In summary, running this GTD for 10 years has cost me £31,368 in total, or about £3,137 per year, which is roughly 39p per mile. Now, if I factor in that my GTD is probably worth around £9,000, that brings the total cost down to £22,368, or 28p per mile. I was thinking it's probably fair to include the current value in the overall costs, but let me know if you agree or not on that thought. So after 10 years, would I buy another GTD? Honestly, yes. Balance of performance, comfort, economy, and reliability has been excellent. It's just great fun. However, as a side note, maybe I'd go for a GTI next and give that a try. Yes, the recent clutch shenanigans hurt the wallet, but overall, this GTD has been a dependable all-rounder. Depreciation has also been pretty gentle compared to other cars from the same era. What are your thoughts on the value of my car and running costs? Are they better than you expected or thereabouts? I'm hoping I still have a car that's worth around £9,000. Would you agree? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.